multiple students who said that they've heard and seen you gesture toward other students making comments about their bodies.
Oh my God.
In March 2019, a female student, 49-year-old Julio Soto, confided to friends that the teacher had touched her inappropriately the month before. Her friends then reported the incident to a school official. Soto had taken the student aside from her PE class and made her return to the classroom, supposedly to fix a test she had taken. While in the room alone, Soto touched her chest. During the investigation, it was discovered that there were several that Soto had also victimized.
You can actually see in this video released by the sheriff's office the moment Soto was taken into custody. Parents from Castle Creek got a phone call explaining the situation earlier today. Here's a bit of that call.
I wanted to make you aware that one of our teachers has been placed on administrative leave for inappropriate conduct. I can't discuss employee matters. I can tell you when there is any claim of wrongdoing, the district conducts a thorough internal investigation.
So you say you normally take 3 to 4 kids. What happened this time?
This time it was just her. You know, she was asking me because she goes, I was concerned about Friday because you're going to meet my mommy and all this stuff. And I said, okay, I wasn't even thinking.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Well, if you're going to take a female student to your classroom, you didn't think to let me just grab another.
And honestly, I just wanted to get her work done, get her, and then go back to specials. I'm doing great. So, and like I said, that's my bad. No, she's at the farther point.
Okay.
But she's facing me, so that way, if she calls me, it's like I can look up at her without walking over because I'm doing my grades on my computer.
While she was sitting at the U-shape or kidney table, did you walk over to check on her?
And not until she said something about her wrist or her arm.
And what did she say about her arm?
That she started tearing up, and then she started complaining about her arm. It's like, you said you were fine, and she was, well, it started hurting me, it's like did you, so I walked over, and I said, and I asked her, can I touch your arm?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, yeah, so I kind of held her like this, one hand here and one hand here.
Okay.
So I looked at it, it's like, is your wrist hurting?
Okay.
And she goes, no, it's not my wrist. I said, so I pointed like this. Mm-hmm. I said, is your forearm hurting? She said, yeah, that's where it hurts. I said, well, did you tell your mom and dad? And she goes, yeah. And then I go, what did mom and dad say? She goes, nothing.
Do you, when you had, and was she the only one in the classroom with you at the time? Do you normally take kids in the classroom?
No, that's what I was telling them. Normally I try to get a couple of kids, and it was just.
Is that like policy, or is that common practice, or what is that?
It's probably common practice. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it is written somewhere, but if you're going to bring a student back to your classroom, you always bring at least, if there's another adult there, or if not an adult, then you're supposed to bring a couple of kids.
And why didn't you on that day?
I wasn't even thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I said that's my bad. I'll get if I get a count statement from the school, that's fine. All I do was trying to. I knew her parents were coming. I just wanted her to get this stuff done, and then that was it.
So, basically, you brought her up just to do the work, correct?
Correct, yes.
What is that thing that's on your door? It's like a black cover. What is it for?
Oh, that's for active assailants.
Do you normally have yours drawn?
It's always up.
Okay. It's always up?
Yeah, unless we have an active assailants, then we put it down, or when the kids play with it after school. Because it's only taped.
Okay.
The investigators try to determine why Soto chose to be alone in a room with a single student. Even if the school didn't have a policy in place, it just isn't a good practice in general. Soto knew this. The detail about the door covering is also suspicious. It makes it look like Soto was trying to prevent anyone from seeing what was happening in the classroom.
Ever have yours up for like your planning period where you don't want to be bothered? So yours is always up?
Yeah.
Is there any reason why it would have been down that day?
Like I said, it's only held by tape. Masking tape.
So if you're in the classroom with a student
and
you notice it's down, would you have fixed it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You didn't notice it was down?
No. It should have been down.
Now, I'm going to clarify something. You said when you guys went down to the park, or not the park, but the basketball courts, right?
Yes.
For specials.
For specials, yes.
Went down for specials. She was stuck to you like glue. She just followed you around. Or she just stood in one spot?
She just stood there.
Okay, she stood in one spot. She stood in one spot for how long?
A couple of minutes until the coach came.
Okay. I reviewed the school video that day.
Okay.
First thing, she was in a sling. She was in a sling and she was sitting on the bench. She was sitting on the bench next to a little boy. I don't know who he is, but she was sitting
On that Wednesday?
Yes.
No.
I'm literally telling you. I'm going to tell you what I saw in the school
Okay.
video. She was sitting on the bench with that little boy. She had a sling on her arm. She had a band around her hair, had this big ponytail. I see you come down with your class.
Mhm.
Your class sits. You just walk around for a little bit. You then walk over directly to her. You have some type of conversation. I don't know what the conversation was about. After you have the conversation, she gets up. You guys walk up that stairwell.
The side stairwell, yes.
Walk up the side stairwell. Proceed to the second floor.
Yes.
She had a sling on.
I honestly don't remember the sling.
Okay.
I knew it was the week before, but
She had a sling on that day. She had a full sling on. Her arm was completely wrapped. Do you remember what the conversation was with her that day?
No.
Okay.
Probably mom.
Probably mom.
Probably mom.
When you guys got up to the classroom,
Mhm.
if she had a sling on, why would her arm be out of the sling?
Because she's been taking it off the week before. I yelled at her a couple times.
So
To
she
take
would
it off.
she would have taken it off.
Oh, yeah.
If she would have
Yeah.
taken it off and put it on the table, or
I didn't, and I'm telling you the truth, I don't remember it,
okay, you don't remember what part?
what you just told me.
Okay, you don't remember her having a sling.
Not that day,
Do you remember the accident that happened that Monday?
accident.
The accident that happened to her that caused her to get.
Oh, no, that was during drama class.
Okay, so that was during drama class.
Yes.
That Tuesday she would have been in your class. Did you notice she had that sling on?
I honestly thought it was the week before.
Okay. Well, it is the week of possibly February 13th.
Okay,
February 13th, which would have been that Wednesday.
okay.
You said that before specials, she stayed upstairs for a minute. You guys talked. She asked if she can come to your class. She proceeded to come down to the specials area with you,
Right,
and then she went back up.
right.
The video never shows her coming downstairs with you. It shows you walking down with your class, and she's already down there.
Not that same day.
Julio, hang on, because what I don't want to happen is for us to go down a path that we can't recover from.
Right.
Okay. So the video that my partner's talking about, I watched the same video.
Okay.
So you have two different people watching the same video. And it shows her class downstairs already, and she's sitting on a bench, okay, talking to another student. You come down with your class, and you approach her at the bench. Now, you remember taking her to the classroom to do work, and
Right.
you remember specific details about her arm was hurting, and you went over to her, and you were like, let me see, and you were like touching her arm. It was very caring of you. And why if you remember those specific details, I don't understand why you can't remember the detail about the sling, because that would explain why her arm was
Right,
hurting.
but when I went over there, there was nothing on her arm.
But even if she didn't have that sling on, her arm would have still been wrapped. The arm was basically.
But it was bare.
Her arm was, in this video, her arm wasn't bare.
Right, but when she came to the classroom, it was bare.
So she would have had to take that off as she walked up with you, because on video, you walk in front of her, you go around the stairs. So these are the stairs.
Right.
You know how you walk in the door?
Mhm.
You got to turn around, right?
Right.
To walk up the stairs. You're in front of her. She's on your left-hand side. Her arm is completely slinged. I see her go past the video with a sling on her arm, and you continue to walk up. You walk on the right side, she walks on the left.
Okay.
She had a sling on.
Very distinct.
Right.
Now, after you made contact with her in the classroom and you're touching her arm, did you have any other contact with her
Nope.
that day?
That's it, because after she said that, she started tearing up, and then that's why I asked her those questions, and I said, well, after specials, if your arm still hurts, let me know. If you're in my classroom in the afternoon and it continues bothering you and you haven't done anything yet, then go let me know, and I'll send you to the nurse.
Soto can't recall something as distinctive as a sling on the girl's arm, but is somehow able to quote their conversation verbatim. The investigators draw his attention to the discrepancy in an effort to show him that lying is pointless.
I walked back to my desk, and I continued doing great.
If I'm a student in your class and I came up to you and I told you my arm hurt, and I begin to tear up, what would you do?
Well, not at that moment before school. The nurse is not there yet, so I'd say, well, sit down.
Well, this is during specials. I'm in your classroom, my arm is hurting, I'm tearing up, what would you do?
I said, I'll give them a choice. You want to go to the nurse? And then if they say yes or no, then if it's yes, then I'll send them to the nurse.
If they say no?
Then I don't.
You don't try to make contact with the parents to let them know?
Well, the parent already knows.
That's what a student's telling you.
Correct.
But we don't know if the parent knows.
That's true.
So, I'm just trying to figure out what was your mindset that day if my arm is hurting and I'm just a student in your class and I'm tearing up and I'm just like, hey, my arm hurts.
Right.
And I'm showing you my arm hurts. And I refuse to go to the nurse. Wouldn't you make a notification to take liability off the school?
True.
But did that happen?
No.
Okay.
No.
So, can I ask what the full interaction was in the classroom while she was upstairs after you were checking her
That was
out?
it.
That was it.
Yeah,
Well,
because then after
that
that.
was it, she finished her work and then she left?
Yep.
There was no other conversation that happened?
Nope.
How much time was left before specials was over?
40 specials around 45, 50 minutes.
So
I
estimate
still-
or give me an
I
approximate.
still had about a good 45 minutes.
45 minutes left for specials?
I'm sorry, 45 minutes for total specials. So she was up there for about 15 minutes. So I was probably alone for about 30 minutes.
Okay. And what did you do while she was in the classroom?
I was at my desk doing grades.
Did you ever leave?
Bathroom,
Okay. How many times did you go to the bathroom?
once.
Yesterday you told me twice.
But no, before. Before I went to the bathroom, and then when she was in the room, then I went to the bathroom.
So was it once or twice?
Once in the classroom.
Okay. When she was in the classroom, what was your instructions when you went to the bathroom?
I said, just stay there, continue working. I'm going to go right into the bathroom, which is outside the classroom. And then I said, come back, and then just keep on working.
Okay. At any time while in the classroom, did you say, hey, I'm going to tickle you? Did you attempt
No.
to tickle her?
Mm-mm.
Did you place your hands on her in any
Nope.
other way?
Nope,
Are you sure?
other than her arm.
Okay. Are you
Because
sure?
she's one of those students that that would tell, if I did something like that, I know she would tell the whole world. So
you're telling me if you did something to her, she would tell?
Yes.
So why are we getting this allegation?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
At any point did you touch her other than
Other
her
than the
arm?
arm. Other than the
Ever?
arm.
Have you ever tickled her?
No.
Have you ever horseplayed with her?
Not horseplay, like touching her, no.
Have you ever horseplayed, grab ass, whatever you want to call it? Have you guys ever did anything that would allude to being in a playful manner? Have you joked with her?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys...
But not like one-on-one, joking in the class.
So okay, we're in a group setting.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to tickle her in a group setting?
No.
Julio, when you're interacting with your students, a lot of students that we spoke to today, and we spoke to about 40 of them,
Okay.
they all say that you're an awesome teacher. You're one of their favorite teachers. They love coming to your class. They love interacting with you. They love spending time with you because you're very easy for them to get along with. Okay? A lot of other students have told us, like, you'll mess around, like, every once in a while, like, joke around with them and stuff, and sometimes you'll, like, try to lighten the mood if you see that they're sad or they're down or something like that. And one of the ways that you do that is to, like, just jab them a little bit, like in the ribs or anything like that. Well, they said that you call it like a tickle, like a tickling thing, where you're like, I'm going to get you, I'm going to tickle you.
But I never touched anything appropriately.
Well, we're not alluding to you touching them inappropriate. We're just trying to figure out, have you ever tickled them? We literally, like she just said, we've interviewed like 40 something.
Like this.
And they're like, you'll poke them and you'll be like, hey, I'm going to get your tickle spot, and then...
Right.
But do you say that to them? Like, I'm going to get your tickle spot?
Not tickle spot, but like, oh, we're going to, I'm going to get you or something like that.
Mr.
But,
Soto, I got like more than 8 kids who told me that you say, hey, I'm going to get your tickle spot, and you poke them. Have you ever said, I'm going to get your tickle spot?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I may have, but I don't.
Soto switches from completely denying that he has ever touched any of the students to qualifying that he didn't touch them inappropriately. The only reason he has admitted to that much is that there are multiple witnesses. If he thought he had a chance of bluffing his way out of this, he would continue to stick to his original statement. Several children have used a specific phrase, and Soto is only making himself look guiltier by pretending he doesn't recall using it.
But I would never, ever, if I had a Bible, I would put it right there. I would, and I'm sure you probably hear this all the time, but I would never touch a girl or boy, for that matter, in any inappropriate area.
We're not calling it inappropriate. We're just asking if you ever tickled them. So
Right.
you're telling me you'll poke at them, but you don't say anything? Because that will make it awkward.
I honestly, I don't know.
Have you ever tickled a student?
Not tickle like a normal tickle.
Have you ever
How
tickled
would
a
you
student?
define it?
Tickle is like tickling like this. You know.
Okay.
Tickle
So
and
how would
tickle.
you define it?
That's what I do.
Okay.
Just
So you
a poke?
You poke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you ever use more than one finger?
Have you
No,
used
no.
2, 3, 4?
No, one.
Okay.
Yeah, one.
Have you ever reached out and touched?
No,
Nothing like that? Like on the side or anything? Just been like, hey,
no. They touch me. I already have a bruise right here for one of
Yeah.
my girls giving me a hard hug.
one of the girls give you a hard hug?
Yeah, she's a big girl.
Have you ever
Yeah.
have you ever been told by the school staff or anybody on school campus that you got to slow down on hugging students, tickling students?
I do, and we talk, and that's why, I tell them, the one girl that gave me the bruise over here, well, not bruise, but I was like, honey, you can't be doing that, and it's because it's at dismissal, so everybody says goodbye and everything.
Mhm.
So the couple of kids, one of my boys, Christopher, he gives me hugs every single day. So that, and, so most of my hugs are like this. Sometimes I'll like that, or if it's a really long hug, I was like, okay, time's up. And I mean, there's always students around.
Have
There's
you
always-
ever received a complaint
On what?
from one of the students in your class?
Not in my class, no.
Have you ever received a complaint from any student on campus?
Yeah, like I told you about 2 years ago.
And what was that complaint exactly?
The same thing, the tickling.
Okay.
The tickling?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have tickled students,
No, not her.
not her.
So how does that happen?
How did she complain about something that didn't?
And I said, let's talk about what's going on. And he goes, something with the other teacher and everything. I said, well, you can't get upset and everything. And so then this girl, who also has needs also,
Okay.
and she comes over, and then so she is like, he'll do this to me. So I did it back to him, and then she says, oh, well, I want to play, and she did it to both of us. And I was like, this is a two-way conversation. This is a three-way. So then when called me in and told me what happened, she said the parent was concerned that I was tickling her. I was like, tickling her? I said it was a conversation between me and another student, and then because the other kids were on the floor sitting waiting for us to go, and everybody's just talking, they were looking at each other and everything, and then she came over because she saw me and trying to converse, and then she comes in, and then so started smiling because I started making some jokes, and then so he goes, oh, I'm going to get you, Mr. Soto. And I was like, oh, no, I'm going to get you. And then she comes over, and she goes, oh, I'm going to get you, Mr. Soto, I'm going to get you.
So, have you ever received any kind of counseling forms or anything from the school?
Yes, for that one.
For
That's
that
the only
instance?
counseling form you've ever received?
That I know of.
Okay. Would you consider yourself to be like the friendly teacher?
Yes.
Would you think that some students would just think that your friendliness is a little extra, a little over?
They can,
Be
because they're only
overzealous.
10, they're 10, 11 years old.
Okay.
Have you ever been pulled aside by other teachers and said, hey, relax with this stuff?
Mm-mm.
Never.
No.
Has another teacher...
No, we always talked about, like when the hugs, and we talk about it, we're talking in the team, was like, yeah, we got to be careful because a third person might not, if a teacher has a relationship with a student and a third person walks by, they're going to say, well, why is this student excessively hugging or always hugging this person and
That's
everything?
always difficult because I see teachers you spend a lot of time with your kids
Right.
and you get attached to them.
Mhm.
You're like another parent to them.
Right, and
almost.
as I told you, they're
Yeah.
calling me like their school dad.
Right. So you have that kind of bond with them, but
Mhm.
I'm talking about not necessarily in a pod setting or like a teacher setting, like with a bunch of teachers talking. I mean like one-on-one, like another teacher's been like, hey,
No, not
Relax.
not to me, no.
not to you ever?
No.
Okay. Have you ever interacted with a student and then had someone question you afterward?
Question you asked for?
Field trip.
Field trip, yeah.
Okay. There have been complaints from multiple students who said that they've heard and seen you gesture toward other students making comments about their bodies.
Oh, my gosh.
Have you ever done something
No.
like that? So why would the kids tell me, different kids now,
Right.
all different ages, all different areas of the school, tell me that that's not true, that they've seen and heard you make these comments?
Honestly, I don't know.
So are these...
When confronted with the accusations about touching students improperly, Soto feigns surprise. These are students spanning multiple classrooms and grades and would not have been in contact with each other to come up with a story.
Kids all lying on you?
Don't know.
You don't, well, that...
I know it is.
Well, but hold on one second. You said she was lying, but earlier you told me that if you were to ever do something, you know that she would be the one who would just go out there and tell the world.
Exactly.
So why is she telling the world?
I don't know. That's why I'm very confused and upset, and that's why I was talking to
But she was one of the kids that said that you were one of her favorite teachers.
Mm-hmm.
She literally
So
literally said that you're her favorite teacher in the whole wide world, and she had so much fun in your class.
Mm-hmm.
So
I tried to.
So why the lie?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I don't know why they're lying.
Right.
And I don't know why it's a whole bunch of people telling me the same story.
Mm-hmm.
The very same story. The details and the facts don't change. I've been doing this job for going on 11 years now.
Yeah.
And when details and stories don't change, there's usually something to it. So what I want to do is I don't want you to paint yourself as this bad person, this monster.
Oh,
Okay?
that's how
Hang
I feel
on.
like it.
I want you to paint yourself maybe as the person who may have made a mistake. If a comment was made, then it was made. We can't take back what we said.
Right.
But I want us to be honest, especially in this room, because what I'm hearing, and I was not with my partner last night when he met you for the
Right.
first time. So what I'm hearing and what I'm being told, I want us to be able to represent as positively as possible what's been going on. Because there's a lot of people who are being impacted by this.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to understand this. If the stories aren't changing, but yours is, that's a clue. I need for wait. I need for you to be honest with me. If you accidentally touched her, or if you did something in a way that, or reaching over her,
Right.
you glazed over her shoulders or something, just tell me.
And I have no problem with that.
Because that's not inappropriate touching.
Right. I have no problem with that. Like I told you last night, I have no problem. If I make a mistake, I'll confess up to it.
Yeah.
But if I know I truly didn't do something,
My old boss, he used to have the saying, if you mess up, fess up.
yep.
Did you mess up?
No.
Well,
I mean, I messed up as far as
What do you consider it that you messed up?
bringing her upstairs allowing her to come upstairs alone. That I bring her
Look back
upstairs.
on that. Would you do it again?
No.
But I want to confirm something real
Yes, sir.
quick. You said you've never taken another student up there by themselves before.
Correct.
I got several staff members saying this might be like the second or third time. Be straight with me.
No, seriously. No,
Have
seriously.
you ever?
No, she was the first time. I always brought students up, but not alone.
Have you ever had a student who stayed in the classroom alone?
No.
Let me ask you this, Julio, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Just hang out with me for just a second,
Sure.
okay? What I want is to make sure that we're understanding each other,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? Because I think that some of this can be a miscommunication,
Okay.
But when I have, like I said, multiple kids
Mhm.
telling me multiple different things, then I'm having trouble with what you're telling me, okay? And that's why I'm trying to avoid you going down the path that I see you going down.
Okay.
Okay. I don't want you, like I said before, to paint yourself as this monster. I want you to paint yourself as maybe the guy that may have made a mistake. Maybe you made a comment. Maybe, while you were reaching out and touching one of the kids, you may have, it's possible. When kids laugh, ha, 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 they wiggle around. I have kids, I get it, okay?
Right.
So what I want is just pure honesty from you, because I don't want people, and other people are going to review this,
Mhm.
okay? I have people of my chain of command who are going to review this, and what I don't want to have to do is go back to my computer and say, Julio's a monster.
Right.
Because he's not saying what his story isn't lining up with all these individual stories that are coming out, okay? But hang on, let me finish, okay? Because I want, Julio, what I want is I want for you to be honest with me. I'm being honest with you. Correct? I'm being upfront with you, I'm being straightforward with you, and I don't think you're a monster at all. A monster isn't the kind of person that makes people, you know, react the way that these students do to you.
Mm-hmm.
They still like you, which tells me that you may be a good guy, okay? And that's fantastic. But even good people make mistakes.
Sure.
I've made mistakes, my partner's made mistakes, people make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
What I want...
The investigators point out that his story keeps changing and does not match up with what the witnesses are saying. They give Soto the opportunity to claim that if it was a mistake, with that admission, it will be easier to ease it.
What I want from you, okay, is for you to not... I want you to let me help you.
Right.
Okay? But in order for me to help you, I need to have honesty from you.
Right. And I'm telling you everything that I remember.
But I don't think that you are. That's the problem. I think you want to tell me everything that happened, but I don't think you're telling me the whole story. I believe that you went over to her and the sling wasn't on her arm. I believe that part of your story, because you just said that was taking this. She was saying, "Hey, put your sling back on. What are you doing?"
Right.
I get that.
But it wasn't that same day.
Okay, but how is it not feasible then that she would have removed the sling while she was in your classroom?
I honestly don't remember. That's why I'm trying to remember everything. I don't know.
Why are these other people then telling me that they've seen you touch her? Okay, because I want to go down this road with you, okay, but you're fighting me.
I'm sorry,
There's very specific recollection from independent individuals.
I'm not saying I never did it, I just don't remember.
Seeing you reach across and touch her. Touch. Why am I being told by different people?
I touched, oh my gosh.
Why is that coming up? Help me understand.
I wish I could. I don't know. I don't remember ever doing that.
I think that you do.
No, ma'am, I don't.
I don't know about that, because it's, your story that you were telling my partner from last night is varying now.
Well,
and the story that you're telling me in here is that these kids are all lying on you, even though they're your favorite teacher. I understand that parental interaction that you have, but I also want you to think about your family.
I know.
I know, and it's a scary thing, is
and
it
my
not?
And my daughter's the same age, well, she's in 6th grade.
Your daughter's in 6th grade.
Yes, and that's why...
So hang on. So this is a scary interaction, but I don't want it to be a scary interaction. I want it to be a positive interaction, because if a mistake was made, then a mistake was made, and we can come and we can clear it up.
Right.
And your family can move forward, because this is a very difficult thing for a family to deal with. I'm sure that you and your wife had very in-depth conversations last night after my partner left your house instead of having to go and step backwards.
Right. But I'm telling you everything I remember to the best of my ability. If I messed up, I'll mess up. I'll tell you the truth, I'll mess up. You know, because like you just said, and we do the same thing in the military. And that's why I called my first sergeant. I told him what happened last night. I said I'm self-reporting because this is what's happening, and so I have to, let them know.
Okay, and what did you self-report?
That they came last night and I was being accused of touching one of my students inappropriately.
So why then are her grades plummeting after February 13th? We have your grade book.
Right.
And her grades, she went from an A student, I mean high marks in your class. She was doing extremely well. And then, as strange as it is, right after this February 13th, this Wednesday,
Mhm.
this specific date that we're focused so hard on right now,
Right.
we've been talking about for
Right.
the last, I don't know, hour,
Mhm.
why are her grades plummeting?
I don't know.
I mean, 60s, I mean, like,
Well, 'cause that's,
she's doing terribly
right.
now in
And
your class.
that's why we had to talk with the parents, with the 504.
But the 504 talk happened on a Friday.
Correct, yes.
Long before her grades started plummeting.
Mhm.
She got hurt on Monday, so her arm could not have been in a sling the week before.
That's
I'm
right.
telling you what we know.
Right.
Before we get to this point, we do a lot of things,
I know.
okay?
I know.
So the week before, there's no way would have yelled at her for having her arm in a sling, because her arm
Right.
wasn't in a sling until Monday.
Okay,
And then the
Soto keeps protesting that he doesn't remember touching the girl, even in the face of several witnesses claiming otherwise. The plummeting grades are a troubling indicator that something traumatic has happened to the girl. Not only is it out of character, but the timing can hardly be coincidental.
13th, she came to your classroom. We know that she was on video. You went and got her from specials after you dropped your kids. You took her upstairs. Her arm was in the sling then. After you got in your classroom, we know that she was working on something in your classroom, be it a test or homework or whatever it was, she was working on something. And you went over to her and you placed your hand on her.
On the arm, yes.
No,
No.
that's not where you placed your hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is everything else not lining up?
Um,
Why is the
Right.
teacher, who is everyone's favorite, now being painted in this light?
Honestly, I don't know.
Well, you
I'm
have
just-
to help me cross that bridge, because I can't go over it by myself. I don't understand. I'm not in your shoes.
Right.
I'm not a teacher. I don't live the life that you live.
Right.
These students are all telling me, Mr. Soto's awesome, but he does this stuff.
Right.
Why? Like, why would they be making this up on you? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense whatsoever.
The only thing I can think of is maybe when I try to be cool with the kids, play around, they take whatever I say the wrong way. I don't know.
Well, what do you say
I
that
don't
they
know.
could
I
take
don't
the
know.
wrong way?
I don't know.
Well, help me
I'm
out.
saying-
It is what it is. We're sitting in this room together,
Mhm.
and we're having this conversation. It is what it is.
But I'm telling the truth. I've had the Bible, whatever. I'm telling the truth.
Okay,
I'm
not worried about the Bible.
I've
Okay,
never
I'm worried
done
about.
anything appropriate to
I'm
give me
worried
a-
about
a-
what
you know.
happened between you and these kids. There is another student who came forward to us today and said that you reached around and you touched her. So why are they telling me this?
Like you said, maybe I don't know. I'm just
Maybe you what?
I can't think of the word. Hypothesizing. Could be, like you said, I could be touching somebody and they turn around and then he just goes in front or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
And I can
And
live with that, but
right,
I
I
need
don't
you
know.
to tell me about this interaction in the classroom with,
Right.
because I think that what's happening is we are so detailed up until we get in the classroom and it's, well, she did her work and then she left.
Yeah.
That's not
Except
how that
for
went.
the arm.
Okay, but that's
Right.
not how that went.
But that
I
was-
don't understand how someone as detail-oriented as you are could
Oh, so
miss some certain real key points.
But I'm telling you that time frame, it's about, I would say about 15 minutes. We came in the classroom, I told her to go over there, get your packet, I sat on my desk and I started working, and then she asked me a couple of questions, and I answered the questions, and then she started tearing up a little bit about her arm, so I said, I went over there, I sat next to her, and then before I touched her...
That's not how it happened.
Yes, ma'am.
No,
Yes,
Julio, that's not what happened, and I
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
want to go down this road anymore because it's not what
Ma'am,
happened.
I'm not, honestly, I'm not
I
lying to you.
believe that you went over to her because she said her arm hurt.
Correct.
But what I don't
Right.
believe is that you sat next to her and that's the whole interaction that you had.
And I believe what you told us is true. You remember what you told us earlier?
No.
That you couldn't do anything because you would tell the whole world.
Right, and I wouldn't, if I'm that type of person wanted to excuse my language, cock a heel or something like that, or whatever, touch a student, why would I do it to a student, to a student that I know would tell everybody?
Because you've done it before and she hasn't.
And you have the capability, the opportunity, and the intent.
Right. But I'm not a predator, I'm not a stalker, not a stalker.
You disagree with my partner. You have the capability, the opportunity,
Right, so
and the
does-
intent.
Right.
So you,
The intent,
you
not
did
the
it.
intent.
Well, you just agreed with them.
You literally just met the triangle. You're in a room.
Right, but
Wait,
I wasn't intending to
You're-
do anything.
But you're in a room
Yes,
with a child by yourself.
yes,
There's no other adult present.
correct,
Nobody really knows that this child is missing from PE or they're special or where they're supposed to be.
correct.
They're in a room with you. Nobody knew this child was missing. This child returns to special before special's over, just in time to go back to the next class.
No, she was only in my classroom roughly 15 minutes. So
And she
there's
was-
still good,
15 minutes is
A
long
long
enough.
time.
oh, I'm not disagreeing with you folks.
If my child was gone for 15 minutes, I'd be a little worried.
Mhm.
1 minute is a little too long to be with an adult, no other adults to know,
All right.
and to be gone. You gotta give me something.
Soto tries to downplay the time he was alone with the student and becomes defensive when the investigators point out that that is plenty of time for something bad to happen. So far, nothing he has said has been convincing enough to believe that he didn't commit the actions that he's been accused of.
Something here because you're not giving me an explanation as to why this child was in that room with you for 15 minutes besides homework, and you not tell anybody. I would think you would say, hey, you want to come over real quick and we can go over some lesson plans?
Right.
Hey, let me grab a
Sure.
couple of students who need to catch up on.
And that's what I said. I said, that was my bad, because I was just trying to rush and get through. I wasn't thinking.
But that's not all
Retro-
that happened.
What are you rushing to get through?
No, just to get through, to get her work done.
Julio, I'm starting to really pull back from this idea, okay, that maybe you didn't mean for something to happen. Because nothing that you're saying is lining up with the video. Nothing that you're saying is lining up with what other students are telling me. Nothing is lining up with why her grades suddenly started to plummet. Nothing is lining up. I've been doing this for quite a while, and when the facts don't add up, there is a problem. You're not a stupid person. You're not. You're an intelligent man, okay? I know that from talking to you. I'm not a stupid person. I'm an intelligent person. What I'm asking is for us to meet on equal ground and speak as intelligent people to each other and speak as adults to each other. And what I'm starting not to get is that you don't want to tell me either because you think you can outsmart me, which is not going to happen, or you don't want to tell me what happened because you're afraid. So which one is it?
I'm afraid no matter what, because I'm feeling I'm going to be arrested for something I didn't do, and that's what's really upset. And
well, tell me what you did do then, because I'm being told by a bunch of people what happened. So tell me what you did do, so that I can close that gap.
Right, and I told you exactly what happened in that room.
No, you didn't.
Yes, ma'am.
We're missing something,
There's a piece that's missing.
and it's a big one.
You went up behind her, and you put your hand on her chest.
Why would I jeopardize my job, my license?
I think it was one of those things that it happened. It wasn't like it was, this huge mastermind kind of a plan. Maybe she came on to you. I don't know. I'm not in your shoes and I'm not there. Maybe she's saying stuff to you. Maybe she's commenting to you. Not at all possible?
No.
Okay. So these kids who are telling me that you're making comments about their bodies, multiple kids are lying, multiple kids are telling me that, that you've reached and you've touched them in inappropriate places, those kids are lying. This child who says that you are her favorite teacher in the world is telling me that you have touched her, and now she's lying. So it's the world against you.
I'm just telling you what I know.
So
no, but you're not.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
And there are several students who tell us that you always say, hey, I'm going to try to find your tickle spot. Are they lying?
But
Yeah,
I
be
don't,
honest.
but
Is that
I,
what you're
if, when I,
afraid
if I say that stuff, it's not to be inappropriate.
Okay, so when
Yeah, just-
when you touch or tickle your students, where do you touch or tickle them?
Like shoulder,
But the shoulder's not a tickle spot. If you poke my shoulder,
But
I would
because-
giggle.
I'm not gonna touch any place else.
Have you ever touched a student in their stomach and tried to tickle them?
In the stomach, no.
Like, how about their ribs, their rib cage?
No,
Now we're running into another problem, because the students that are saying that you have tickled them, but you haven't touched them in any other inappropriate place, are saying that you tickled their ribs. So
Again, that could have been like what you said earlier, they could have turned, I don't know. I don't remember those particular moments. They could have turned, they could have, I don't know.
you have kids.
Yes,
How many?
3.
When you tickle a kid, do you tickle them on the shoulder?
No, I took it on the arm.
Okay, well, why would that change when you're at school if you're trying to tickle a kid to make them laugh? Every parent knows,
Right,
like, we don't just
but-
tickle the shoulder. You're running yourself, you're burning a candle at two ends.
No, I'm
It's
just,
just burning down, I'm
no,
telling you.
because like you're not understanding what,
No,
you know.
I am understanding. I
Because
am
I'm just,
understanding
you know,
what, I'm
I'm-
understanding what I'm being told by multiple people
Mhm.
and what my facts in my case
Right.
are showing
But
me.
I'm not doing
And
it
what
to hurt any,
I'm not,
I'm not.
no, I don't. See, now
No.
I'm starting
Oh my
to
gosh.
think that maybe you aren't who you're presenting to me. And I don't like that. It makes me extremely uneasy
Right.
with you. But I don't understand.
While Soto continues to insist that he doesn't remember touching children in that way, and that he doesn't know why his story doesn't match anyone else's, the investigator drops the friendly, understanding approach and presses harder by saying she's starting to think he did do something wrong. Hopefully, this will goad him into saying something incriminating.
And I can't understand why this is so difficult. I'm not accusing you of doing anything to harm this girl.
Right.
I am not accusing you of any violent action. I'm simply asking you, Julio, did you touch on her chest
Mhm.
when she was in your room?
And I said no.
Okay. I don't think that you're telling me the truth.
Why would I lie knowing I could lose my license? I could probably go to jail, hopefully not go to jail.
Keep it all.
Keep everything. I have,
Julio, can I ask you something?
yes ma'am.
Just a few minutes ago, I asked you a very specific question. Julio, did you touch on her chest? And you know what you answered me?
No,
You answered me yes.
not
You
yet.
just answered me yes.
I touched her
And then
arm.
I started talking again, and then you said no.
Yeah, I touched her arm.
What kind of... You want to tell me the truth, so tell me.
I'm telling you the truth. If I had, I wish I could,
Wish you could what? Swear on the Bible?
yeah, or anything.
We don't want
I
the room
know.
burned down. We need you to tell the truth.
Oh my gosh.
I want to know what happened in that room. If it's what perceived and what actually happened, those may be two different things.
Mhm.
But I need to know why her perception is so drastically different from your story.
Mhm. I can't tell you. There's nothing to tell you.
You can't tell me,
because
or
there's
you
nothing,
won't
no,
tell me,
there's nothing
because
to tell
those
you.
are two very
I told you
different things.
exactly what happened.
So why is everything pointing against you?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just too nice. But I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know
I'm
that
not
it's
lying to
that
you
you're
folks.
too nice.
I'm not lying to you folks.
I think that you're...
I'm not a pervert. I'm not anything. I'm not. I don't know.
We didn't
Because-
call any of that.
But I feel like it because because those kids, boy or girl, doesn't matter. My daughter's almost the same age, just a little bit older. I wouldn't want anybody to touch my daughter the same way too.
Sure.
I'm not trying to do anything inappropriate or to get me in trouble on purpose or anything like that.
How would you feel if somebody tickled your daughter in school?
I know
I'm asking.
the same way.
The same way as what?
Be upset and everything.
If somebody tickled your daughter in school, you'd be upset?
Yeah.
So why do you feel like you can do it?
But I don't.
Why do you feel like you can do it?
But I don't do it to
Why do you feel like you can do it? Is the question. I'm not asking for a justification. I'm asking why do you feel like you can do it? If you would not be happy with the same behavior that you're exhibiting,
right.
Why can you do it and not other people?
But I'm not doing it to.
Well, neither are they. I'm not saying that they are either.
I told you I just made a mistake as far as being alone and not thinking. Should have brought a couple of kids up. You know, we would not be here right now.
I also believe we would not be here right now, and we would have been done a lot sooner if we gotten the full truth.
And I agree.
I have no problem, to tell you the truth. I'm telling you exactly what.
But you did just a few minutes ago. I asked you if you touched her chest, and you said yes.
I don't remember that. I remember you asked me touching about her arm.
You remember in the beginning when we asked you about tickling and you just denied tickling straight out, and you finally told us you have tickled students?
But
you admitted.
Because the word tickling, you're going by the word tickling. I'm doing this, like almost like a poking.
A tickle is
but,
a tickle is a tickle.
But I'm not tickling to be inappropriate to, I don't know.
If your daughter was taken into the classroom by her teacher, who's a male, with nobody else in the room, how would you feel?
I'll be upset. I will go to the principal and talk to them.
About what, though? You're doing it. Why can't...
They get Soto to admit he would be angry if his children's teachers behaved in the same way he has. But he tries to justify it by saying that is different because he didn't do anything wrong. His refusal to accept accountability is slowing down the interview.
Well, because I want to find out why, because all I was doing is trying to help. And yes, I made a bad judgment to bring her by herself or not letting another teacher know. That's my fault. If they think, then I'm sorry. If they think I've overstepped my boundaries, I'm sorry, but that's not my intent.
What's not your intent?
To be inappropriate. I'm sorry.
What is your intent?
Just to cheer up, play around, try to be, I'm not happy. I don't like being mad all the time. I'm tired of being
I don't want you to go down a path you can't recover from. I don't want you to throw your life away. I am trying to help you.
I appreciate that.
Well, but do you? With this opportunity that
right.
I'm giving you, I'm rolling out this carpet and saying, Julio, please just be honest with me. Did you touch on the chest? And we can all be done here.
Right.
So did it happen?
No, ma'am.
I don't think that's true. And I don't understand why you're not just telling me what happened.
You're painting yourself as a monster, and it is horrible. You got a wife and 3 kids, man. A house, a family. All these people who depend on you each and every day.
So why are we going down this path? Why? What is causing us to go down this path? Be honest with me. I'm almost hoping that you can recover from this tailspin that we've just entered, because all of these other people are saying all these things about you, and I'm trying very hard to follow you, and I can't, because I hear what they told me just today about you. And I don't know which Julio I'm talking to. Am I talking to Julio, who's going to be the monster?
No.
Or am I okay, so tell me then. Help me understand the Julio that made the mistake.
I wish I could. If I made a mistake, regardless
but
what
you
happens,
made a
if I lose
mistake.
my
It's not
job.
It's you did.
No, ma'am.
You did make a mistake when you commented about these girls, talked about their bodies. You did make a mistake when you reached out and you touched these students. You made a mistake. I get mistakes. I don't think you're a bad person. I don't want to think that about you.
I appreciate that.
I need you to help me, though.
If you didn't make a mistake, I don't think you would have self-reported. I honestly think you would have just continued to live your life and not told anybody. But you self-reported.
Yeah, because...
You knew you made a mistake.
No, because we were told every time something happens with the police to let us know, regardless if it's nothing happened?
She didn't say you did anything.
I didn't ever accuse you of offending
No, not
anybody.
you personally, but you said you talked to them, and...
Yeah, I talked to them, and they're telling me...
I'm sorry.
It's okay, that, Mr. Soto is making comments about my body. Mr. Soto is saying that I have a nice butt. More than one student said that, not just one, and more than one student heard it. I'm not making this up. I have all of them on recording saying all these things.
Right.
So why?
But...
And they're not just girl students, they're boy students too.
Right.
And they don't
So
pay
I'll
as
talk
much
about
as...
the
No, they
Oh.
heard you make
Oh.
statements. So
Can
why...
I ask you this? Even if I said this, is that a...
That's not a crime.
Okay. Not that I...
So did you say it?
Maybe, I don't know. I
Well,
honestly
I
don't
think
know,
you
ma'am.
did, but it's not a
I don't
crime
know.
to make a comment. It's not a crime. So did you say it?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe and I don't know are two different things. Did you say it?
I don't know.
I think you do. I think you do know.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. Detective.
It's okay.
I don't know. I could have. I don't know.
You could have.
I could have.
Okay.
I just don't know.
So how
Oh.
often will we make these statements?
If I do, it's blue moon.
Blue moon? Okay. So once a year, once a week, once a month, once every couple weeks?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Just whenever.
Is it only to particular students?
I don't know. Just whatever happens that day, I might try to. If they're sad or something, I might make a comment. If they're being goofy, I'll say, "Oh, you're goofy" or something like that.
Okay, so what comments would you make if they're sad? Do you ever tell girls that they're pretty?
I told them cute.
They're cute?
Yeah, like that. Like if they dress up, just you got your hair really nice and everything, whatever. But I don't like, oh, you're beautiful and all this stuff.
No, I'm not saying that you're looking at them like swooning, like,
Yeah.
oh, you're so beautiful. Like,
no, like,
no, not
we
like
had we had picture day 2 weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, and a couple of girls and boys don't really dress up too much. I only have one boy dressed up in like those fake ties, and I had a couple of girls dressed up like, oh, you look very nice today. You look, you got a dress on, your hair's all done. You look very nice.
Soto tentatively admits that he may have made comments about the students' bodies, something which most schools have guidelines about. Commenting on a student's appearance is generally discouraged.
I didn't think that was appropriate.
It's not. You look very nice.
Right.
You look cute.
But I didn't say, oh, you look hot or anything like that. I don't.
What about sexy? Have you
No.
ever described one of the girls as sexy?
No.
You ever sung a song and it had the word sexy in it at school?
No. The girl said I played a song because we had a couple extra minutes. I played YouTube. I said, okay, you guys play YouTube. Don't put anything that has, because it's not filtered. I said, don't put anything that there's a curse word or a bad word in it, because I'll get in trouble. And so they played a song, and it said sexy or something like that. And I was sitting at my desk, and they were all dancing, and I looked up. That's where that girl said I called her sexy. I didn't call her sexy. That the song played sexy. I looked up, and that's where, and I told my double boss. I said, that's probably where she heard it sexy, because I did not say, because I'm at my desk, and they're all in the front of the TV monitor watching the YouTube video. And then that sexy, and I caught my eye, like, and then they all looked at me and was like, oh, sorry, we forgot about this word. But I didn't, and I told Doc, just like I told, she happened to be right in front of me with the other two girls, and then,
Well, yeah, we told you we watched the cameras, right?
Right.
For that day?
For where?
For school.
Right.
On the 13th. We told you we
No, I'm
watched
talking
the
about
cameras.
different, no, I'm talking about,
No, I
that
know,
was a different
but
thing.
we told you we watched the cameras, right? So we watched all of them.
Okay.
And are you aware that there are cameras in your classroom?
Yes.
You are aware of the cameras in your classroom?
That's what I was told.
Okay. Why are the cameras showing me what you're telling me?
I don't know.
You don't
Tell
know?
me.
If the camera is in your classroom and it's showing us what she told us, how don't you know?
Why can't you explain that to me?
I don't know.
Well, help me.
Sorry, I didn't listen to him again.
That's okay. Help me. Why is the camera showing these things? Help me.
I don't know.
You have to know either you did it or you didn't, and the camera
Yeah.
shows you did it.
The arm.
So tell me what happened, why you did it. Tell me why. I know it happened. I know it did. I watched it. Why?
Was it an accident?
I don't know. No, nothing's, I mean, I don't do anything
So
for
it
It
wasn't
wasn't
an
an
accident.
accident.
to touch her.
Yeah.
If like I said, if I touched her, that I don't recollect, if I touch her, then it's an accident.
But you just said
This
it
was
wasn't.
not an accident. It wasn't. Julio, help me. I'm trying to do the best that I can for you, and I don't know why we're holding on to this. There are cameras in the classroom, you know about them. They're showing me what happened. Tell me. Just tell me.
Was it an accident?
Just tell me. I watched it happen. Just tell me. I don't want you to be this,
But I'm gonna go to jail, no matter what. You guys gonna,
but I
I know how
want
it
to
works.
know what
I'm gonna
happened.
go to jail right after this.
I want to know what happened. And I want to know why. I don't want you to worry about any of this other caca. I want you to tell me why. Because I want to be able to articulate why. I want to be able to say, Julio's a guy that made a mistake, and maybe he needs a little help. Maybe he needs some counseling.
In jail?
Maybe, is jail counseling?
No, but
Is jail therapy? Julio, tell me what happened. Just tell me. Because I just watched it. And I just want to know what happened and why it happened. Tell me. Let me help you. I've been doing this for a little while. Let me help you. I'm trying to help you.
Well, if you feel that I'm guilty, then
I didn't say you were guilty or innocent. I'm telling you what I'm being told, what I'm seeing with my own eyes, and tell me. You're a stand-up guy. You didn't try to run from us. You didn't try to fight us. And I don't think you wanted to hurt anybody. And I've made accidents. He's made accidents. We've all been in accidents. We've all done things that are stupid. I want you to tell me.
no matter what, I'm gonna lose my career. I'm probably gonna go to jail after tonight
Why are we stuck on that?
because that's my whole future is teaching. I'm not gonna I'll get fired right after this. If I go to jail tonight, I'm gonna be fired.
And you don't think you can make a positive outcome from something that is negative? Like I told you, you're a smart guy. And if you allow us to help you, it doesn't have to be the end-all, be-all.
And then I'm gonna have a criminal record.
Julio, people make mistakes every day.
And I'll be,
If it happened, it happened. We know it happened. We watched it happen. We're not here by mistake, and we're not here by accident, and everything is in God's plan. It's by His design. We are all sinners, and we are not all perfect.
Go on.
We all fall short of the glory, man.
Tell us.
Can I have my lawyer? I'm not saying I'm...
Realizing that his future is almost guaranteed to be ruined, Soto decides to speak to his lawyer. This means that they cannot ask him any more questions, and the interview is over.
Okay, no problem.
Julio Soto was charged with 1 count of lewd or lascivious behavior and 1 charge of molestation of a minor. Soto requested leave to be deployed to serve in the military overseas, but a judge denied his request. His trial has been repeatedly pushed back.